Okay, so I've been told there's some cool leaks to look at. Let's take it on. Hello everyone, Ragewood here, back with another Godforge video. As we normally do on a Tuesday, Fateless have dropped a vid, and we are going to be taking a look at it. Now, the premiere did go live today, but because I was busy at work, I only managed to catch maybe like the last minute or so. And I've been told that there was some leaks of some sort in there, so we're going to go take a look at it. Now, despite Lady H removing it, turns out that its video is still on YouTube. Who'd have thought? So, without further ado, let's get into it. So as usual, I will put the link to the actual video down below. We'll put it in a pinned comment so you can go check it out if you want to go watch it without my voice over the top. Now, so I've not actually seen the beginning of the video. I have been informed that it's going to be looking at some VFX stuff today, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, we will get the headphones and we'll have a listen to what everyone has to say. So I did just wind back a minute as I was just explaining that some chap named Brian was doing today's video, and that this is some of the content that he has done on other stuff, which is pretty cool. So we'll unmute it and continue on from here.
So what Brian's going to do is actually take us through making a VFX from like start to finish, and you'll be able to see some of the kind of like logic behind it. And at the end, I'll come back in and talk you through the final piece.
We're going to do a little quick building a particle system demo for Simon. And so, yeah, I'm going to just kind of talk through what that's like. This is going to be kind of the faster version because for the sake of time, some of this stuff was already built. And so, yeah, we'll just kind of talk through the process a little bit, and then I'll show the finished product on the other side.
I mean, right away, I have mad respect for this person because, my God, look at those options. There is a lot going on there, and we haven't even done anything yet. It's mad. God, I'd love to learn that kind of stuff. That looks so cool.
They're a little large and chunky. We probably should use a character as a size reference here. So let's go grab Guan Yu.
Whoa. Okay, that's probably what we are on about. Okay, right.
We probably should use a character.
Okay, we're gonna slow this down to like 0.25, right?
As a
excuse the robot voice here. That was quite quick.
as a size reference here. So
okay, so anything new here? Excuse me about Tristan. We know about Tristan. I knew I spelt it right. I need to change it back. Shamash, Ramsey's round. Percival. Okay, Percival's new. Odysseus we've seen, Odin, Nubian Warrior, Musashi, Mummy, Medjo we've not seen but we do know about from the gym. Leonidas, Lugotha, Kenochi, Knight. Okay, everything else that we know about, but Percival is not someone we've seen mentioned anywhere. Then we have Anubis, Aphrodite, Artemis, Racine, Archer. Okay. Little drop of Percival there.
go grab.
Okay, there's more. Zeus, Young Wayne, Tutankhamun. Pretty sure we know King Tut's around, but I might have only seen a line drawing. Hold on. That's a big name too. Interesting. Let's flash back to a video that I did a couple months ago. Animation. Let's see what a past Ragewood has to say. Here we have God number 10. The one that I would be genuinely shocked if Fateless do not put him in Godforge. So I did go on to say possibly he will be a event because he would be a huge sell, but I was going to be genuinely shocked if Set was not in the game because of the whole storyline between Isis, Osiris, all that kind of stuff, and even Horus as well. I'm not going to go into all now. If you want to go see it yourself, you can visit 10 Egyptian deities we must see that I put out a couple months ago to get my thoughts on Set and its background and all that kind of stuff. Can I also just take a minute to say, like, we are getting very good at getting these right now. I say getting very good. This was obviously done ages ago. So posthumously, I was right. But hey, I'm not just a pretty face. But he is in the game. So that is cool to see. So we also have Ramses, Ra, Osiris, Orc. Orc. So I'm confused by that. NPC maybe? Orc faction? Odysseus, Odin, Musashi, Mummy, Leonidas, look at the Lady Zark, Kunoichi Knight, Arthur, Imhotep, Human, Horus, Hoplite, Hippolyta, Guan Yu, Gilgamesh.
Guan Yu.
Okay, Gilgamesh, we know was in the game. Fish King, Eurydice, Elves, Druid. I'm confused here. I wonder what these guys are. Orc, human, elves. I mean, elves especially is plural. So either in that folder there are multiple elf heroes, because we see sort of like Chantress here, right? We also know that there is Faye Enchantress because she was in like the gym. So maybe she's under the elf category again, or is elves a new future? That's really interesting. That I don't know what to make of that. Orcs, humans, and elves. It's like maybe NPCs or characters we're going to see in a background somewhere. Druid, I imagine, is going to be a common character or uncommon character, possibly, for the Avalon faction. Again, I've not seen that name dropped before. Creatures, I wish they'd open that folder. Same with bosses that we've got up here. But okay, but I make that 2 new character names in Percival and Set. Druid, maybe a 3rd. Orc, human, and elves. Everyone else has already been mentioned at some point, and I do have pages for them on the website. Interesting. Is there any more? Does he scroll up anymore?
The character I've been working on, so he'll be easy to. So I'll put my hands on here. And
doesn't look like it. Okay, but still a few little things dropped. I'm going to watch the video, and if there is anything more I feel that can be added over the top of what you would all see, I'll jump back in. If not, we'll catch up at the very end. So I'm just moving myself back at the end here to where I normally am in this corner. Sorry I didn't move that earlier. So watch the entire thing, and there wasn't too much more for me to comment on that you guys can't already see yourself by watching the Fateless video. But it was super interesting to watch Brian go from absolutely nothing to the finished product that we're going to see in a minute. It's one of those things that all he seems to be doing is just layering things like on top of another, right? And it just seems so simple. Like if you sort of know what you're doing, which I know is like a daft phrase to say. Like if I jumped into that platform or whatever program he's using to do the VFX, obviously I wouldn't have a blooming clue. But you always get the impression, like if someone showed me, right, this is where you're going to go to get all these things, that anyone could go wild with their imagination, just make stuff. I thought it was really cool. I love seeing this kind of thing. Anyway, so we're jumping back here at the end because Simon has something very quick to say, which was interesting. So we'll play it through.
In what's going on, but here we're going to see the final version of Radiance dropping onto Guan Yu. Drops from the sky, lands on him, and then we get the nice kind of like particle effects that Brian explained. We've actually.
So firstly, that looks amazing. Like at the end there, it looks so good. But we're looking less at what is going on here and more about what Simon was saying. So we've all played that game, Simon says. Radiance drops onto Guan Yu. Now, I mentioned earlier that possibly some sort of self buff, right? If I just mute this, 1434. Like, this definitely feels like some sort of buff, right? But Radiance dropping onto Guan Yu. Radiance doesn't sound like an ability Guan Yu would have, right? He is a rare and, you know, was like a general, a war leader. Not someone that you would associate Radiance with, like, he radiates glory, maybe. But I think this is someone else. Someone else has an ability called Radiance dropping onto Guan Yu here. And they might have to copy this effect for all of the heroes in the game. So it's there. But I think someone else is casting Radiance. Now, Radiance could potentially be a heal, could still be a buff of some sort, could be both. But I don't think it's Guan Yu. I think someone else has a Radiance ability. Whatever that does, obviously, is yet to be explained, but yeah.
On him, and then we get the nice kind of like particle effects that Brian explained. With actually a little bit more than what we saw in the video, so you can kind of see like the outer edges, and honestly, fantastic work. What was quite telling for me is, you know, to get to a decent position, it took him like 20 minutes. And you saw the level of detail that you go through for any of these VFX. And some of them can be even more complex than this, like a lot more complex than this in terms of what we're building out. But yeah, I think in the end, he's done a fantastic job. And also a really good job of kind of like talking you through why he did different elements and why he used different speeds and stuff like that. But yeah, thanks to Brian for this episode.
So yeah, that is it for today's episode. A short one today, so hopefully my video should be really short. I know I'm somewhat covering it, but don't forget to go check out the podcast that I did with the guys, which dropped last week. So I did my own react to myself, which is even longer than the podcast. But that was good fun, and I really enjoyed doing it, so do go check that out. And yes, so that is all for today. I will see you later on in the week once we get a chance to look at the Thursday podcast. Take care, look after yourselves, work hard, but as always, play harder, and I'll see you in another one soon. Cheers.